We are live and welcome to Let's Get to the Facts podcast. I'm your host, Doss. I'm here with my man, Coach Shot. And if y'all joined us the other week, we have my son who is a diehard Philadelphia fan. As you see, he put his name out there, Kennadelphia.
It's Kennadelphia today. You heard?
He about to be crazy on this podcast.
Jalen, MVP. You know what I mean?
So before we get into anything, let's get to the sponsors. No More Struggling Entertainment, OPM Clothing Line, and the Original Bonus. So we done paid the bills. All right,
yes, sir.
All right, Kendelphia. let's go ahead and hear it, man. Let's go ahead and hear it.
All I'm gonna say is I told everybody I called blowout days before the Super Bowl. I had a feeling because the spotlight been on the refs all week about how KC had been cheating their way all the way to the top all year, and I just had a feeling like we were just gonna blow them out. We came in, handled business, early on. I'm like, here they starting with the AJ Brown. I'm like, here we go. You know what I mean? I want to call a little petty offensive PI or whatever. I'm just like, dang, it's first quarter. They starting already. Mm-hmm. But we made Mahomes uncomfortable, man. He ain't look like Mahomes yesterday at all. Okay. He had about what? Three picks yesterday?
Three turnovers.
Three turnovers. Sure. A pick six to the crib. Yeah. And just like the last matchup, Jalen Hurts outplayed him again, in my opinion. He looked like the better quarterback, and of course won the MVP, which was cherry on the top. You know what I mean?
And those are all great topics what we're gonna talk about. But what's up, Coach? I know you was excited about this one too. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Listen, your son is right, man. Mahomes was not looking like himself. Mahomes was, what Mahomes looked like to me? He was looking like new booty on the line, Coach. He's being chased around that prison. That man looked flustered, flabbergasted, didn't know where the hell he was. He was running for his life, and I loved every minute of it. Right. The young boys on that Philly D-line did their thing. Cooper DeJean, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even know really white quarterback still existed. So, happy birthday to you.
He light skinned now.
Yeah, he light skinned now. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to you. You know what I'm saying? Happy belated.
Well, then let's get into the first topic then, since y'all both keep hitting on it. Eagles dominated the Chiefs. That defense dominated. What made this what made this Eagles team so much different from the last time that they faced each other? And what was the difference maker? Was it attitude? Was it new players? What was the thing that made this defense so much better than the last time when they met?
I think they was just hungrier. I think what Jalen Hurts did, keeping the the confetti from 2 years ago on his phone, motivation, manifestation, all at the same time. He really manifested that ass whooping, and that defense showed up last night, and them boys was hungry. Like I said, Mahomes was looking like new booty. He was getting chased around that trailer park that his girlfriend came from. That's what it looked like. It looked like Debo was chasing around Pookie around the trailer park. But that defense, man, I don't know where they came from. They played hard, but real quick, Coach, I got to give my shout out to one dude personally on the Eagles, man. Mekhi Becton. Becton. People thought he was a bust. He got drafted by the Jets. They let him go. They thought he was a bust. This man is like 6'8", 6'9", 300-something pounds.
That number 77, the lineman?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I think they got him playing guard now, right?
Well, I don't know where they got him playing, but I'm happy for that man. I'm happy for him. When he cried them tears yesterday, I felt it for him because, bro, like, to be drafted so highly and then everybody just think you a bust, and then you go to another team and you in the Super Bowl and you play lights out for the season, bruh. Hey, happy Black History Month.
Hey, I saw when he went up to what was it, Nick Sirianni, and he was hugging him, or was it the offensive line coach? It was the back of the head, but I assume it was Nick Sirianni, and he was crying like when he gave that man a hug. So you know it meant something to him.
True.
So but I'm gonna tell you the defense. I love seeing the kid from Toledo. He was coming up. He was just whopping people.
Yeah,
but the one person that stood out to me more than anybody was Sweat. And let me just tell you, that dude got the coldest celebration. It's just a wipe of the head because it's like the sweat. I was like, oh, that is so dope. I was like, that is crazy. So I don't know, man. I mean, the defense showed up. I know they made Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable. But I'm going to tell you, this is what I feel. And I posted this on Facebook. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Mm-hmm.
But I said it's amazing how average Kansas City looks when the referees have to do their job the right way.
I agree 100%, man. They saviors wasn't saving them yesterday. So there was nothing that they could have did to save Mahomes. Anybody. I mean, they had like y'all said, had that man running for his damn life. He stayed uncomfortable the whole entire game. I mean, Philly just had the perfect game plan. You gotta keep Mahomes off the field and make him uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Make him force him to make mistakes.
They made that dude run into his own lineman. He was running into his own lineman. He was so shook.
What I found to be amazing though is that defense they never blitzed. It was a 4-man rush. They did exactly what Tampa Bay did to the Chiefs years ago. I'm gonna let my 4 dudes up front eat, and everything else on the back end gonna take care of themselves. And that's what happened. That D line with Nolan Smith, Sweat, all them dogs, they was out there eating. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of them was Georgia Bulldogs, but they was out there eating.
Carter's a force. Carter's and Williams. Them dudes are forces, man. Like they
Jordan Davis too. Nolan Smith. And shoot, Brandon Graham even made it back, which I was surprised.
Came back.
Made it back because I think he had I believe it was like Achilles issue or something like that, like earlier in the season. So I was shocked he made it back. But nothing was stopping him from making it, to play in the Super Bowl at all. He wanted another one. He wanted to be out there with his dude. So
he was making it, and he was making plays too. He was still an enforcer, even at being an old head out there. He was still being an enforcer.
Yes, sir.
What was Travis Kelce's stat line yesterday?
You want it?
3 catches for 10 yards.
How many yards?
I think he only had 10 yards.
I'm about to give it to you. He was targeted 6 times, 4 receptions for 39 yards, 9.8.
Where did he get the 39 at?
13 yards. He caught his first ball was caught in the second half. He didn't catch nothing in the first half.
Right, but last time I saw it, they showed it was 3 targets, 8 yards. So I don't remember him catching no long ball.
The fourth quarter, the longest was 13 yards.
Okay.
So the longest catch he had was 13.
Yeah, it was 13 yards. Like the fourth quarter, that's when when the Eagles was like, it's a wrap. That's when he started catching passes. Like that's where he got them 4 catches from.
Garbage
time.
Yeah, garbage time.
Yep.
But the fact that he went a whole half with no catch is crazy. I mean, the man they was talking about how last time he had that rest. And usually when he get a good rest, he gonna come on the ball. Well, not yesterday. Not yesterday. I don't know where Travis Kelce was, but he was not on the field yesterday. I mean, your girl was out there and you laid an egg, my boy.
Hey, listen, you just hit a point. You laid an egg, right?
She might leave you. She might leave you now, bro.
His ex-boo, the black boo, was there.
Yeah.
And she was training for the Eagles. So he, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really good for him. Everywhere that man went during the Super Bowl, she was there at every freaking event. She made sure she showed her face, and he had to be very, very uncomfortable.
And they said that Travis was getting blasted by people for stating that he was excited for Trump to come to the Super Bowl and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Hold on. He said that?
Yeah, man. Look, because on my TikTok page, I make videos and stuff. And listen, and I went on the page, the first one, and I said, Travis, now Trump is coming and Roger Goodell is going for this foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, listen, you You know what I'm saying? You know me. I know you. Just because I haven't talked to you since your rookie year, I'm telling him, I'm like,
Froze up, coach.
Yeah, he froze up. Just like Mahomes yesterday, he froze up. Just like Mahomes froze up.
Froze.
Oh, dang, he completely out now.
Yeah, he was completely frozen. I think hold on. Yeah, the clock's still going. So until coach get him frozen, man. What I found to be funny though.
did
Oh,
y'all,
there you go.
did
Welcome
y'all
back.
hear
There you go.
everything?
You good.
Okay.
You good now.
So yeah, we were having technical difficulties, but I told him, I said, all your friends are black. You got cool black players. All y'all ain't even got to take a knee, but what y'all can do is turn your back. You still standing, the flag is still there. You can do that. Now, I told him that. So then obviously I see the message and it says that Travis Kelce says he welcomes the fact that the president's coming and blah, 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 and all of this other stuff. And I was like, okay, that's a little weird.
I'm gonna give you something real quick, coach, which I found to be funny.
Okay.
So before the game, when Trump was coming out, you can find it on Twitter because I ain't calling that shit X, it's Twitter.
Yeah,
you go on Twitter
to me.
and they're showing an angle of Trump walking out and people booing him and everything. So you see the Chiefs D-line warming up in the end zone. Out of nowhere, your defensive MVP for the Chiefs, Chris Jones, walks over, stops Trump, says his name, gets a handshake from him. And this is my thing to Chris Jones. You don't understand what your ancestors tell you. Everything that man touches turns to shit, and you don't believe him. It's a coach. He recorded no stat.
None.
Your best player on your defense did not record a fucking stat. So there you go out there cooning, and you did nothing for your team in the most important game.
Yep.
It goes back to what I said. Whatever that man, that orange fucker touches, turns to shit. And Chris Jones, you turn to shit.
Yep.
You should never have shook that man. You was out there cooning. You had zero. You didn't even register shit, bro. You not one stat. As they said in Players Club. Did you even pinch the bitch? Did you even pinch the bitch? Like you didn't. Like
that man had a zero stat line. It's crazy.
Zero stat. Like he
had quarterback pressure. Was Jalen even uncomfortable at some point throughout the game? Like
no. Towards the end, they got him on court. They got him uncomfortable towards the
well, they out of pure desperation because they were getting that ass thracks. So out of pure desperation, trying to get that man uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next topic. Next topic is, did Jalen silence the haters?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Him and his icy chain.
Yes.
So we saying so. I like this for Jalen because I remember the national championship game where he got screwed for Tua, and he didn't get a chance to win. Like, I don't think he actually got a chance to win a national championship as the starting quarterback. I know Tua came in, they won the one. That ended up being like the last game he played for Alabama or whatnot. I also remember
he was a redshirt freshman starter the year they went, and they lost that one. Okay.
Yep. So I like this for him, man, because of everything he went through, going to Oklahoma, everything that man went through, he still never got to that mountaintop. Yeah. And now, and then in the last Super Bowl, he outperformed Mahomes. Dude had 4 touchdowns. He did his thing. Still did not get that mountaintop. So now he's at the mountaintop. Does he silence the haters? Like, is there anything else they can ever go back on him about?
I mean, there ain't nothing they can say. How many quarterbacks you say that beat Mahomes?
That's very true.
Tom Brady, obviously the GOAT. Tom Brady retired.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow.
That's it.
Yeah.
The Allens of the world, no. The Lamars of the world, no. And all the others, no. So, I mean, you can look at, Philly for sure was a more complete team in my opinion. But you can't. It's not his fault. He can't blame him for being in a situation organization where they know how to put teams together. They know how to draft players. So
Right.
yeah, of course he got Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. It might be still, it might be it's all goody good because he got all these weapons and Saquon in the field. But at the same time, you still got to play that position, one of the hardest, if not hardest, positions to play, in the game. And you still got to provide that leadership, and you still got to make sure the balls get delivered, to your receivers. So
which was starting to become an issue down the season, down this, down the stretch.
no, it was. I mean, for sure, the pass game definitely had its struggles, and then that was when the one game he had, and he came in at the post conference, with his chain, and so that's what y'all wanted to see, huh? So, I mean, he did it again, man. Like I said, he came out there bald, man. He was determined, man, and yeah. So I was like, hey, I got him top 5, top 3. I mean, this coming as a fan, whatever the case is. I mean, my man been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years.
That's true.
You
That
feel
is
me?
true.
How many Lamar been to? 2-time MVP. How many Josh Allen been to? Burrow been to 1. Shit, Dak none. Like,
Right.
so I mean, I understand stat wise, yeah, his numbers ain't like where everybody else, but like I said, just based on I mean, a lot of the teams in the league now is based off system. So I mean, systematically, that's what they do. They run the ball. They got Saquon in the backfield, but he did what he's supposed to do, man. And like I said, icing on the top, MVP. What they gonna say now? MVP.
You said it. You can't say nothing, but this is my
Can't say
thing. You said one thing, stats. I'm gonna give you this man's stats. 17-22, 221 yards, 13-yard average, 2 TDs, 1 interception, passer rating 119.7. I'm gonna give you a little bit more stats real quick. Rushing, carried the ball 11 times, 72 yards, 6.5 yards, 1 TD, 17-yard was as long. Okay. My only issue, I'm gonna say this: when I watched him throughout the season, I realized this about Jalen. He never really passed over the middle. But fuck all that. If you could throw a deep ball to Devontae Adams and catch that bitch, you don't need to throw over the middle. And that deep ball that he put up last night to
beautiful, man.
Beautiful. Dropped it in the basket.
Beautiful.
Dropped it in the basket, coach. Like,
it was perfect.
It's perfect. Like, if you want to court, like if you have practice, you like, hey man, I need you to throw that's how you need to throw the ball. Just like that. It's perfect. So all that he ain't complete, he don't really throw many passes over the middle. It don't matter. It don't
do
matter.
Whatever you got to do to win a game. I mean, as long as you are making them throws, that's all that matters.
That's
just
all
like
that matters.
The years back, the Eli Manning, the one throw he had Amari Manningham on the sideline, he put it where it needed to be. You got to make them throws. Simple as that. He did that yesterday.
This is what I liked about it. This is the thing. I knew going into the game that this was going to be Saquon Barkley's worst game of the season because they were going to key on them because they did not think that the Eagles could put a pass game together.
Right.
And what I liked about it is Jalen said, hold my beer. I'm about to show y'all how to do this. And Jalen started picking them apart because that one pass that he threw that I thought was the perfect pass, he sat in that pocket. The pocket time was running out, and he had Goddard across the middle, like on a perfect dime. And he went right out of bounds. It was like it set up like a 3rd and 3 or something like that. But I was like, that dude is showing you, like, I got ice in my veins right now. Like, right now, I'm about to show you I could pick this team apart. I could run on them. I can do whatever I need to do. But I'm going to beat this team today. And I liked it because they had Saquon on lockdown.
No, they did for sure.
And Jalen showed that I could put this team on my back, and I'm going to do it. And
that's what you need out of a quarterback that they quote unquote call a running quarterback and can't throw over the middle. When it comes down to it, and your run game didn't fail, that man made plays happen. It didn't matter. Over the middle to the sidelines, deep balls, he made it happen. I don't care. Listen, I would take him the whole season, not throwing a pass over the middle if we win in championships. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I
agree.
He played his ass off. I give it to that brother. Good game, bro.
Just like you said, Monday nights championships are better. You feel me?
Yep.
And that's what we got.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I like the fact he said, like, he was humble about it too, though, man. He was like, They say defense wins championships. He's like, offense scores points, defense wins championships.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I give it all up to my defense. He was just like, hey, it was my job to put the points on the board. It was their job to bring it home. He was like, and I agree with that completely.
And it's crazy because both years that we won, the year we won with Nick Foles, we had that defense, man. The defense is elite. You know what I mean? And like that really is one of the most truest statements when it comes to the game of football. Defense will win you championship. You could put together the most elite offense ever. You know what I mean? And when it comes down to that crunch time, if your defense can't make that stop, I mean, it ain't looking too good. I mean, you could say that for Josh Allen in the AFC Championship. His defense just couldn't make them plays for him to get over that hump of beating Mahomes. I mean, he did his thing offensively, but the defense just didn't step up.
So then this runs me into our next topic then, because it's going to be two. But what went wrong for the Chiefs?
Trump.
Taylor Swift.
Look, Trump, Taylor Swift, and Patrick Mahomes' wife being a Trump supporter. That's what went wrong.
I think although I think those are hilarious. I think it was
refs not reffing.
Yes.
Yes, reffing definitely evened out. But I think it was, man, they said that somebody, I don't know if it was Mahomes or it was one of the star players. I don't think it was Kelsey. It was like Mahomes or Pachenko or somebody said that they can't score enough points against us and their defense can't stop us. Okay. And they said that's what the defense took offense to. So I think when you make those stupid statements like that, man, that stuff comes back to bite you.
So basically you're saying somebody wrote a check that their ass couldn't cash.
So it was a star or two. I can't remember which ones it was, but it was a star or two that was talking trash. And I think it was, which one is, what number is Carter? 93 or 98?
98, I believe.
Okay.
Carter? Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking to the lady at the end, and they said we had to silence all of the critics who thought our defense wasn't good enough. And I was just like,
crazy because we was number one defense all year, which is crazy.
they felt that their defense was they felt their defense was better. They felt their offense was stronger. So go ahead.
I can say this real quick. That's false. As far as the Chiefs, their offense is only strong as the refs make them to be strong. Right. You've seen them in games where the ref was like when they held onto the flags, how they struggled. Every game that I seen them win, whether it's a close game, it was because of something that the refs did. They never had it offensively. And it goes back to me, you want to make Patrick Mahomes the hero, but you have no run game. You can't sit back there. They didn't
even use the run game.
Didn't even use the run game. You tried to sit back there
30,
and
40
pass.
total yards yesterday. Where was Hunt at?
Listen,
where was
Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes had 25 yards. He was the leading rusher. Hunt 9 yards.
Crazy.
That's crazy. 8 yards. Pacheco 7 yards.
How many carries? How many carries did both of them get?
Hunt had 3. P. Ryan had 1. Pacheco had 3.
That's not Kansas City Chiefs football. Them dudes are what they usually get 20, like almost like 14, 15 carries a person. That's
all together, coach. They had with Mahomes sprinkled in there, they had a combined 11 carries.
That's not even
crazy. And 4 was Mahomes leading the way.
Like that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That get that in their first possession.
Exactly.
Or in the first quarter. They'll have 11 carries in the first quarter. You win a whole game with 11 carries is crazy. And your quarterback is the leading rusher who don't even run like that.
Crazy.
Like, that's crazy. Who had a slight ankle issue going into the game either because they was trying to, it was Mahomes fully healthy. And we ain't using that excuse because Philly was talking about being sick all week. So we not about to use that excuse that Mahomes wasn't 100% healthy because when it was the 1 year he wasn't and they still won. So we not about to use an excuse for that man. That man gets no excuses.
So was this play calling? Or was it just you think they were just overly confident? Did Donald Trump present some type of curse? I mean, like,
I think it was all like
something went wrong, man, because the Chiefs was obviously dominant throughout the season, but that 11, everybody only 11 carries. Something ain't right with that.
I'm gonna say this because my girl said this. because we watched the second half of the game. She said that she knew the Chiefs when the Super Bowl was set. She knew the Chiefs wasn't going to win because all the money in Vegas was on the Chiefs.
Okay.
And that plays a role in it. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't think the Chiefs was gonna win, but I ain't think they was gonna get that ass. They got a belt to ass whooping. I ain't think it was gonna be that bad.
They got that belt, man.
Yeah.
So look, we went out to lunch for my youngest son's birthday. And Kenneth said he was like, I think it's gonna be a blowout. He said it right then. And when he said it, I said, I think it might happen. I was like, I think it might happen because what they did to Washington in the game before, that was a statement game, letting Kansas City know, like, we about to do this to y'all ass too.
And we run this division. Shit. Yeah. We run this. we had to humble young Lil Jade. And don't get me wrong, that dude, the star, he had an incredible year, won rookie of the year. But we had to humble that young man. We had to.
Yeah. What was Mahomes' passing stats? Because I know Worthy had 6 catches for 100 yards at one point in time, and then they threw that one deep one, and it was like 2 touchdowns for like.
Yeah, he had a very quiet stat line. I mean, a very quiet, good stat line. I mean, he had like 100-some yards and 2 touchdowns. But I mean, of course, he scored that last. I mean, the game was over with.
Right.
So, I mean,
Mahomes went
who really cares? I mean, y'all padding stats in the Super Bowl. I guess that. I mean, if that's what you want to say, or wanted to get the young man a touchdown or 2 for his first Super Bowl appearance, because he a rookie. Yeah, so he a rookie. So
right.
Mahomes went 21 to 32, 257, 12.2 yards per pass, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked 6 times, passer rating 95.4.
Half a dozen, my boy.
Worthy went 8 for 8, 8 targets, 8 receptions, 157, 19.6, 2 yards as long as it was 50 yards.
And 2 touchdowns.
And D-Hop got in there too. I forgot he got in there.
Yeah, he got in there too.
But the thing is, D-Hop, when you look at D-Hop stats, that man had 5 targets, 2 receptions, 18 yards, 9 yards per average, and 1 TD. He ain't do shit.
He ain't made no impact.
You know what I thought was really interesting? I didn't even think about it until yesterday was like the wide receiver core for the Kansas City Chiefs were like all rejects from other teams.
Pretty much.
I didn't even think about that. Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, and D-Hop.
Yep.
Those are all
they actually brought Juju back, which is the crazy part, because he was on the Super Bowl team when they beat us. And then after that, they let him go, and then he was in New England for like that year, and then came back. Yeah. So journeyman.
So that's crazy. When I sat back and I thought about it, because I was like, damn. I was like, all of them dudes, they all made choices to get to the Super Bowl. So you got a chance to get to the Super Bowl, but you didn't win it. But it was like all rejects from other teams. Like those were all star. I guess you can call them busts or just old or a reject. Because I say Hollywood Brown was a reject because he didn't pan out to be what he's supposed to be.
In Baltimore.
Juju lost his spot when Antonio Brown took over, and he'd never been able to like really lock in nowhere. And then D-Hop.
Houston. I think D-Hop's still credible in a way. I mean, the dude was a dog all them years in Houston. Yeah. I mean, now, he older, of course. So I mean, he went from what? Houston to Arizona to Tennessee to KC now. So I honestly think his mistake was going to Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's where he kind of messed up.
I agree with you on that one.
Tennessee just was never. They were never going to be. They're just not built to win anything. I didn't understand what he was getting out of going to Tennessee. So I think he messed up there. And then I mean Juju, in my opinion, he got exposed for not really being a number 1 receiver. I mean, like I said, after the Antonio Brown situation, I mean, Juju was always just a number 2. He was never a number 1.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wasn't, I mean, I don't even know when he came out, was he even like a top pick coming out of USC? I think he was a second, third round pick, maybe.
He might have been a second.
He was later.
So he was never. I mean, he was good college receiver, but I just never saw him as that guy. You know what I mean? And he was kind of, portraying like he was really that guy, his TikTok dancing ass, and you just was never him, bro.
That
Like, I'm
is true.
sorry.
So my cousin says the biggest problem with KC, where they went wrong, was their offensive line. Said that their offensive line, and it's true because that offensive line got folded.
They
Yeah, they
couldn't
got
hold
bullied.
nothing.
Got folded
They
like
got
crazy.
bullied.
Yes. So
Definitely.
And I think Andy Reid got out coached too. I mean,
Yeah, he
it's
did.
crazy to say, honestly. I mean, I think it comes down to that as well. Like, I think Andy Reid got out coached for once in his life. I mean, last time I recall was the Super Bowl against New England. Outside of that, I mean, I don't really see too many games where Andy Reid getting out coached. But
yeah,
I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, he caused the offense. I mean, the offense did nothing.
I'm still
And you got like you said, they run the ball. I mean, that was not KC Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs football yesterday.
exactly.
You had 11
That's
total
tripping me
carries.
out. That is tripping me out right now. They did not run. To hear that Kareem Hunt only had 3 carries and Isaiah Pacheco only had 3 carries, that's crazy.
Crazy.
You
Yeah.
think it has something to
And that's
do
what.
with Eric Bieniemy not being there no more?
Hey, you know what? When y'all was sitting here talking, y'all was talking about Andy Reid. The first person that came to my mind was Eric Bieniemy.
Because he was
That
on
was
that
the
Super Bowl
first
team, right?
thought. Yeah, that was my first thought. I'm like, wonder how much of a role that played in it, not him not being there.
Right. I don't know. I just know that to know that those 3 guys, Isaiah Pacheco could be a difference maker if they fed him enough. Kareem Hunt could be a difference maker if they fed him enough. And they still didn't do it. And that's just weird for Andy Reid offense. That's just weird to me.
Well, I don't think Pacheco was fully all the way him because he fought his way back from that Achilles injury early in the year. So I mean, yeah, I know he played. I just don't think he was all the way there,
right?
Like he was, last year or whatever. I just, what I mean. But the Fat Hunt wasn't producing or getting carries. I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. That's who I felt like. If anybody on the Chiefs that I felt any type of sorrow for, it was Hunt.
Because I know he was hungry. Shit, he wanted it.
He
I know
was
he wanted
hungry.
it bad.
They won Super Bowls without you. You came to the Browns. Now you back there. You had a good season for them, and you carried the ball 3 times.
3 times in the Super Bowl. Like your first time ever getting into the Super Bowl, you only touched the ball 3 times. So so obviously that's what went wrong for the Chiefs. They abandoned their running game.
They completely abandoned it in the first quarter.
That's crazy.
Early.
But you got to think too, getting down so early played a role in that as well. Because now, I mean, you really can't. They whole game plan got thrown off. I mean, nobody expected Chiefs to be down 17-24 rip. You know what I mean? Like,
nobody
going
did.
crazy. You know what I mean?
Nobody did.
It was
but
like back to back to back. We get the touchdown here, defensive touchdown, and we score again and again. And KC just has no answers.
Yeah.
So I think them being down early, they was baffled. You know what I mean? They ain't really used to this. And I feel like, you get out of that game plan, just like any other team that that runs the ball and they get down, now you got to throw the ball. So, I mean, not everything is clicking.
And my cousin said it wasn't no holes for them to run. I'm like, dude, they only ran the ball 11 times the whole game. There wasn't gonna be no holes. You know football. You used to be a running back. You gotta keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it until them holes open up. So yeah, man, they completely abandoned their running game, and that is crazy to me.
To the point though, like how what you said, with the scoring, but they abandoned the running game in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like they was only down 7-0 first quarter. You gave up on the running game the whole first quarter because looking back, Patrick Mahomes in the first quarter threw 10 passes. They ran the ball 3 times.
and they easily, and the crazy part of it is the Philadelphia Eagles could have easily been up 13 because they choked. Jalen threw that 1 interception instead of them kicking the field goal. He threw that 1 interception. So had they just went ahead and kicked that one, it would have been 13. They would have been down 13.
And honestly, had they not called that bullshit ass PI call, I feel like we was gonna score that drive. The first drive.
Yeah,
that
we
is
was
true
moving the ball with ease.
Yeah.
And then
That
when
was
they
true.
call that petty ass call, man, that how often do refs really call offensive PIs in games? Like, be for real, please.
That
How
far
often
down
does
the
that really
field.
get
That far
called?
down the field, they don't usually call those.
When you have a quarterback like Denzel Ward say, all my life I wanted to pass interference like that, and I never got it. You know you ain't supposed to get that.
Yeah,
Like, how
exactly.
often do they really call offensive PI? It's crazy.
You
And
don't.
you do it on
You
their
rarely get
first
it.
drive?
Listen, you will see offensive PI more in the college game than the NFL game.
Exactly.
Or just no call, period.
Yeah.
But
Like, it should have just been a no call.
New
You didn't have
York
to throw the
called. New
flag
York
because there was
called.
nothing there.
New York called down to that field, and they
They
said,
did.
"Y'all ain't gonna do this shit. The spotlight is on y'all. Y'all better ref this game the right way because these people might riot out here if y'all don't get this right." Because when the referees called another call on them, the boos started coming out like crazy.
Yeah.
So New York called down to that field and said, "Don't do that now. This ain't the
Hey, man,
time
y'all
to do
better
it.
tighten up.
Y'all better ref this game the right way."
Church's money.
Y'all better tighten up.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna go to the next topic then, because this is a good one. Is the Chiefs' run over?
Oh, no.
No.
You don't think so?
Kelsey's run is over.
Nah.
I think Kelsey gonna call it quits.
Yeah, his run is over.
Yeah, he didn't get the sweet ending he wanted.
Yeah,
He didn't get to propose. Now Taylor Swift finna leave his ass. So
I don't think they're gonna be back though
ain't
next
gonna
year
leave
though.
him, but you know, hey,
I don't think they're gonna be back in the Super Bowl next year. I think probably like maybe 2 years from now, but not next year. I don't see them being back. So I would say it's not over, but it's on pause for right now.
but hold on, we talking about Kelsey being done. Is Andy Reid gonna be done?
he said he coming back for next year.
Oh,
Okay.
he already said he come
Yeah,
back next year. I mean,
said
hey,
that
coaches
last
change their
week.
mind all the time, though.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he said he coming back next year. He did say that.
But like, man, these cheeseburgers hitting a little too good, man. I don't think I want to come back no more. I'm gonna go ahead and just, I've already proved I'm a top head coach in NFL. I did my part. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy retirement, man.
Yeah, he did say he was coming back for one more. He did say that.
But hey, as long as you still seeing guys like Josh Allen who can't beat you, and guys like Lamar who can't get past the second round, you know what I mean? I really don't see anybody else. Honestly, out contending KC. I mean, KC is still going to be relevant.
I think what the Eagles did though, they exposed how to stop Mahomes. Because honestly, truth be told, if we're gonna keep it 100, the Browns exposed that a long time ago. When that one year they were what? It was the AFC Championship, wasn't it? Or was it
No, the game before it.
The game before the championship. They exposed.
Come on now, we ain't built like that to get the AFC Championship.
But look, that
Hey,
game,
but then if it wasn't for Hollywood fumbling at the goal line, it would have been a wrap.
But they exposed how to get to him then, and nobody really picked up on the blueprint. And then the Eagles was like, we about to get some bigger people, we about to get some stronger people, some faster people, and we about to just come after these boys. And that's exactly what it is. So I think now everybody is going to just apply pressure from all over the place, because once you rattle him, he's not going to be Super Mahomes, Magic Mahomes, and all of that other because he ain't had no magic yesterday.
I will say though, they better start bringing in some receivers.
Yeah.
Now, so that whole we gonna rely on Superman Mahomes to get the job done every time. Nah, like you said, Philly done exposed it. Because honestly, Philly literally they was built to beat the Chiefs. Like we literally built this team to beat the Chiefs. I mean, getting Saquon, that's all I gotta say. We already had the receiving core. We already had our quarterback. We built the defense back up. Got replaced our defense on DC and OC. Vic Fangio is known as a top DC, so we rebuilt that. And we was literally built to beat the Chiefs, and that's what happened. So we broke their little hearts, and now they got to figure out, well, what we gonna do? We got a team that actually can beat us now. So
my cousin said, unless they need to basically address their offensive line. If they don't address their offensive line, it's over with for them. What y'all think?
I mean, it's more than that.
I agree with him because my whole thing is this. Before I kept hearing, Joe Tooney, all pro left tackle, and the other dude on the other side, the one that keeps moving every time. But they really like Sweat. He really bitch slapped him around the field, bro. Like he really enforced his will. So I think they might have to address it like at some point because I know Tooney getting up there in age. Yeah, they'll have to address it.
Okay.
Because then they like kind of like rebuilt that throughout the year though, that line.
They have, but they haven't really like they rebuilt it with older guys.
And they flip-flop people because there was one dude who was playing tackle that was a guard, and they were talking about because they started making excuses against the Eagles, but they were like Tom Brady even said, he was like, I don't want to make that excuse. He was like, because we said he was doing a great job up until today. So you can't don't make the excuses. He's just getting outplayed. So so let's go ahead and get into the elephant in the room, though. Kendrick Lamar's performance. Rate us. What? You gave it a thumbs down?
Come on now, I rock with Drake, so I'm a.
The light skins got to stick together.
Hello,
light skin coalition.
Come on, man. I was booing them and everything. Boo, all that.
Oh man, come on now. That look now. When I first watched it, I put it on Facebook. I said it was a 7 because I would have liked to have seen some New Orleans rappers come out because I thought that would have been dope. That would have put it over the top for me. Then I had to go back and because I know how Kendrick operates. I'm like, I got to go back and really listen to what he's saying, what he's doing. And look, man, the crazy part of it is I'm looking at this chick crip walking. I didn't even realize that was Serena Williams.
Drake, one of Drake's exes, by the way, too.
But she was dancing. She was crip walking on his grave.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. Look, he's quiet now.
Look, I had to go back and I had to start breaking it down. And I even put it on my Facebook page. This white lady on TikTok. She broke it down. First off, I didn't even realize the field was set up as a video game controller. It was a
PlayStation controller.
It was a PlayStation controller. So he went to the X, the triangle, the O, and the square, and I didn't even realize that. So the whole time I'm watching, and I was like, what? And then when it said the game is over at the end, I said, oh, hell no. But it was so many messages in that goddamn performance. You got to go back and watch it, Kenneth, for real. Like, you got to go back and really see it. Man,
all right, I watched it yesterday. I seen enough. I'm good.
You ain't like this. Hey, Drake.
That man, Kendrick, made one of the biggest moments of his life, and just to show how obsessed he is over this damn beef and Drake. That's all I got out of it. His obsession for Drake is crazy.
Your boy. No, it ain't be upset. No, we ain't going to do that.
He's obsessed with that man.
J. Cole and Drake.
It's very weird.
J. Cole and Drake started this.
It's very weird.
J. Cole and Drake started this. So he said, you know what? He was like, I'm going to end it. And that's what he did. That boy even had the A minor chain on because he couldn't even say that part because Drake was like, I'm going to sue. If he calls me a pedophile, I'm suing. That's a
I would have did the same thing. I don't care.
But listen, it's off that. Sue them fans.
I don't care.
You can't sue the fans because the fans said pedophile. You can't sue the fans.
Yes, they did.
You know what I'm saying?
He knew they was gonna do it. He knew they was gonna do it.
I mean, it's just the fact that because this has never been done before. A damn diss song is the number one song in the world, and then gets played at a Super Bowl performance. I mean, and on top of that, in front of Trump and just the whole world, and it's just damn.
Hey,
just damn.
But Coach, what was your thoughts on it, man?
10 out of 10 because I know Kendrick is not only is he a lyricist, he's a poet, he's also a Pulitzer Prize winner in writing, but at the same time, he's a straight artist. The artistry that he came up with all the hidden gems in that performance, diabolical. That's all I gotta say. Straight diabolical. Like, the thing is, people ain't paying no attention. Like when they was on the stage and he was standing in the middle of the American flag,
it was split. It was split.
It was showing the divide.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It was a point where when you didn't see it, but it was in the lights in the where the fans was at, where it said it had a wrong way sign. It had America going the wrong way.
Yep.
It said all these was hidden gems to the very beginning, to where he said the revolution will be televised, but you picked the wrong guy. You know what I'm saying?
The right situation, but the wrong guy.
40 acres and a mule is bigger than that. Like this man hidden gems, and I don't expect anybody of of the Caucasian, not anybody that's not melanated, not to understand what was going on, because what he gave us,
it's a lot of white people that understood, and
they understood it. And they loved
it.
And the whole Samuel Jackson thing too.
Yeah,
yes,
Sam.
And he was Sam from what? Django. That's who he was. That's where it came from. All of that stuff played in hand, even down to the pedophile thing. Y'all think that was mainly directed at Drake, but you forgetting the president of the United States was watching. He's a pedophile. He's a sex offender. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of shots that man was taking, even down to when he was at the street corner, and they broke it down. It was just pure, just no beat, no nothing, just vocals, and they were singing "Man in the Garden." And then Sam said, "Oh, y'all cheating. You got the hip hop code. You brought, you lose one life."
Yep.
Man, it was so much stuff. All I can say is this: Kendrick, thank you. Listen, we could end Black History Month. I'm cool. You did it. I'm done. And this is my thing, though, the Drake. And the crazy thing is, dude, I was a Drake fan. I'm still a fan of him, but I like the old Drake. I don't like this new Drake. I like the old Drake. I grew up on old Drake, October's very own Drake. That's who I grew up on. I was on stage with him when he came to Bowling Green. That's the Drake I know. The Drake I don't know now is the Drake that's in Australia telling people to turn their phones off so they couldn't see the halftime performance. You're a hater, man. Like you, I gotta say this, bro. You said he spent the whole night, the biggest stage, obsessing over Drake. Nah, Drake, you obsessive. You lost a battle. You did a bitch move. You told the police, you went to the man, you filed a lawsuit. Like, this is hip hop at its finest, my dude. There's no rules. But even though there's no rules, that don't mean you go and run to the man and go get the police involved.
And file a lawsuit because you lose.
Lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with what Charlamagne said, that what Drake should have did, and I still stand by it. Drake, you should have just took that L, went quiet off for the night, give it about a year or two, and drop a fire-ass album, and people going to forget about it.
Forget all about
it. This little bullshit that he's doing along the way makes him looks like he's Drake Etta. He's a girl. Like, dude, like, stop it. Like,
Drake,
I miss the old Drake, just like I miss the old Kanye. I don't recognize these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Even down to Kodak Black. I miss the old Kodak. I don't, you know what I'm saying? These what they doing now, I'm not feeling it. They weird. Exactly. Weird. So
Kodak cracked out.
Yeah. So like Drake, listen, no hard feelings, my dude, but my dude, like you went the wrong route, man. Should have just took the L, because my thing is this: Meek took his L. Every other artist that had a beef, they took their L and went about their way.
And then came back with something and then had everybody rocking again.
Exactly, because one thing about us, one thing about our community and our people, we're forgiving. Shit happened. We're going to move forward. You come out with something fire, we're going to be bopping to that. Yep. But you couldn't let it go. So hats off to my dude, King Kendrick, Mustard, Serena Williams. Serena.
SZA.
You did what SZA, but I got to get back to Serena. Serena did to Drake what every female wants to do to their ex. You still walked on your fucking grave, bro. Like,
on the grave.
That's the biggest flick back.
I was like, wait a minute, that's Serena, because you know she done had some work on herself.
Yeah,
she ain't been looking the same. So when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, that's her. And then I saw her on TikTok backstage practicing and warming up and stuff, and I said, oh, that was her. So man, that was crazy.
But I just think that was just weird though, man. Serena, whole married women out here, crip walking on the X grade. I don't know. It's just weird activity to me.
No, I agree with you. When I look at it from the other side, it's weird activity, but at the same time, how Drake did that girl, I'm allowed that weird activity. I'm allowed, like, if her husband got a problem with it, if I'm Serena, nigga, I'll slap you with this tennis racket. I needed that get back. I needed that give back, so I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate give back right there. But it to me, when I first saw it, I'm not gonna lie to you, Kenny, it was like, I'm like, man, I wonder how your husband feeling that you still tripping on this
like
dude.
you still got feelings for him or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because I mean, I just think like her
Breakfast
name is just too big for that. Like I can see it like somebody else, do some, something like that. But the Serena Williams name is I just feel it's just too big to be doing
True.
some petty stuff like that. I mean, it's just weird, but it is what it is.
But
I'm
also,
just glad it's over and done with.
I'm gonna add this
Drake album with Party Next Door coming out soon, so we both get ready to bang that.
I'm gonna add this little tidbit that nobody really paid attention to with Serena. The crib walking, you forgetting one of her sisters. Her sister got shot in a drive-by, a crib drive-by.
Yeah.
So that was coming everything full circle, bringing everybody back to unity. She did crib walk on his grave, but at the same time, it's full circle. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, my cousin said that they had 2 of Drake's exes in the show.
It was
SZA.
Oh yeah, SZA. Yeah, SZA messed with Drake too.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
before
know
she,
that.
before she became SZA. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She was just singing
the whole transformation.
Yeah, the whole transformation.
Okay, well that makes sense then.
Yeah.
All right, so look, I got one topic I want to touch before we get it off your chest, and this is the one. Is Myles being ridiculous right now?
Yes.
I don't know what's up with Buddy, man. I don't.
They got that dude at the Super Bowl show saying he is willing to do anything he needs to do to get out of the Browns organization.
All right, sit out.
Yeah,
sit out.
We just at this point we should just make that man's life miserable because we don't have to trade a man.
Exactly.
So
I'm with you.
We don't have to trade him. It is what it is. I get his point. I mean, he want to win, but now you're just doing the most now, man. Just can we be professional about it, bro?
He's definitely not being professional about it.
I mean, he going around doing all these podcast interviews or how he look good and for the Commanders and this and that, Like you now you salty now at this point. Like
the thing is, he's taking a page out of LeBron. Like that's where he messed up. When he went and consulted LeBron and Clutch, and he let that be known, that day when he let it be known, when he was the first down in the Super Bowl, did that show with Rich Eisen. As soon as that show was done, he lost half of his Twitter following. I mean, not a Twitter following, Instagram following. And those was Cleveland people because they're like, okay, at first, the fans was with him. Then you start talking about LeBron, then you start talking about, I'll do anything to leave. Then people like, oh, nigga, fuck you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with like you doing the most. You are to me, you're running around like a fucking battered bitch telling your story. Nigga, ain't nobody put their hands on you, Myles. Like, stop it. We kept your little neck gate that you had going down when you got in an accident. We kept that quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you to me, you doing the most. If you want to sit out, if you want to do anything to get out of Cleveland, just sit out the season. Because I'm not trading you. Not. I trade him to the Montreal Alouettes before I trade him to any fucking.
I'm saying that man to Shanghai.
Yeah, Shanghai. Man.
Shanghai Sharks, man. He just looking like just a sellout at this point now, man.
Yeah.
I love Myles Garrett, was a fan, you know what I mean? But now, I mean, you told me, how much you supported and what you did in the community, how much you love Cleveland. I don't even seeing it right now. Why you can't just be professional about the situation? And maybe the situation might move along a little further had you just took it a different approach to it. You know what I mean? Like now you just looking like a diva like everybody else. And like you said, Coach, him going to talk. I mean, that's where he messed up at. Because for one, you're not LeBron James, and two, this ain't basketball, bro.
Exactly.
You feel me? So things work differently. I mean, at the end of the day, all of it is all the business. You know what I mean? But stuff gets moved differently in different sports and different organizations. And I mean, you're a Cleveland Brown, bro. So it really. It ain't looking good too for you, man. Like I said, we don't got to trade the man. So you keep doing all this, sit out, do whatever, and we they should be in a rebuild right now. Like,
right,
go get Abdul Carter, baby. Go get Abdul Carter, man. We don't need you no more after that.
Hey, I don't want Abdul Carter. I'm gonna put that on the record. I want Cam Ward, but I don't want Abdul Carter.
And there was some trade rumors recently that Dallas might be shopping Micah. Go get Micah.
Yeah, hey, listen. I do a Micah and Dakota for Myles and the first round pick.
Hey, y'all can throw in Denzel too.
Nah.
Throw in Denzel too. Hey, y'all already know I'm not the biggest Denzel Ward fan at all. So Denzel can go too, man. Because he been saying if Garrett get traded, he gonna win out too. So yeah, package deal.
Hey, well, fuck it. Him, Emerson, Newsom, bye.
Yeah.
Just in the whole secondary.
I'm saying, hey, rebuild.
I'm Mike Tomlin, man. I don't want hostages, man. I want volunteers, man.
Exactly.
If you want to be a hostage,
facts, though. That's facts.
Go on, man.
And that's what it's getting to.
Yeah.
All right. So we had the last part of our show. Last time you was with us, you got a chance to get it off your chest. So we're gonna let you go again first because you the guest. What you want to get off your chest?
Hey. Put some respect on my boy Jalen Hurts' name, please and thank you. That's all I gotta say. He beat y'all GOAT. I'll play him. Put some respect on the man. You feel me?
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got. Put some respect on Jalen. Jalen, it needs to be in discussion as top 5 quarterback. You feel me? He has a beautiful icy chain, a beautiful wife, you know what I mean, and a beautiful Finals MVP. You know what I mean? So I'm tired of y'all trying to disrespect this man like the journey he took, man. He left from Bama in that situation, went to OU, took them to the playoff. You feel me? Like OU ain't, I mean, it kind of, OU had the success from Baker and then to Kyler and then Jalen, but at the same time, I mean, people was doubting him after he left Bama and then went to OU, took them, got drafted by Philly. He didn't start right away, and then when he got his chance, I mean, the man had been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, man. It's hard to get there. It's hard. Okay. It's hard. Lamar, your 2-time MVP, hasn't got there. Josh Allen hasn't got there. You know what I mean? Hey, it's time to have that Lamar conversation as well. I'm done.
Okay. I'm done. What you want to get off your chest, man?
I'm going to talk about the DEI NFL MVP and Josh Allen.
Okay.
And this is why Josh Allen was a DEI MVP. How the hell Lamar wins unanimous all pro at the quarterback position and then comes in second or third to Josh Allen in DEI? That don't make no sense. I'm all pro, but I'm not the MVP. I can understand if it went to Saquon. That makes sense. But you got Josh Allen you're not all pro, my dude. How the heck? You listen, DEI. Josh Allen is a DEI MVP. I know they're using it as the new slur for nigga and black, but yeah, Josh Allen is the new nigga in this situation. To me, they just wanted to give him something. He wasn't gonna get the Super Bowl. They wanted to give him something. I don't think he was MVP. I'd have gave him to Saquon. That's just me.
Me too.
But you know what I'm saying? Nowadays y'all feel like y'all got to give it to a quarterback, which I don't understand. But that's the thing, man. Josh Allen, you didn't do. I seen you have better seasons before. Maybe because you did better with less this season, they might have wanted to give it to you. But either way it go, dude, you're not the MVP. You're a DEI MVP in this situation. Sorry, Josh. I just had to let you know. That's it, Josh. I'm sorry.
My cousin said you had a mic drop with that one. So you had a mic drop with that one. And they said Josh Allen was second team.
Second team. So how you second team? And you got a thank you.
Exactly. All right.
One quick thing though. How did Jamar Chase not get one vote for Offensive Player of the Year though?
Man, tell me.
Now I'm not disagreeing with Saquon. He deserved it, but damn, Triple Crown winner, he didn't get not one vote.
Not one.
Yeah. All right, so here's what I want to get off my chest, and I made this as a TikTok earlier today, but I know a lot of people aren't on there, so I'm going to say this. What I love seeing yesterday, and I don't even think most people even paid attention to this. Yesterday, what we had was a Hitler versus Jesse Owens situation.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people did not pay attention to that. A lot of people missed that whole part. Jalen Hurts, Jesse Owens, Donald Trump, Hitler. Okay? Donald Trump left at halftime when he realized that the Kansas City Chiefs were not going to win. Because let's make no mistake, Donald Trump came there for Patrick Mahomes, Brittany Mahomes, and Travis Kelce now, because they're saying that's, he was excited to meet him or whatever. He came there strictly for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the more, I don't really want to say the whiter of the teams, but it's the team that leans towards Trump. Okay.
You could have said it, Coach. It is the whiter of the teams.
Well, but it isn't, because there's still a lot of black players on the team. But the point is,
Philly's 95% black.
Mahomes light skin.
but the thing is Mahomes isn't, like, he might be mixed, but he's not.
No,
he doesn't claim black.
He one of those types. He one of those types.
Yeah, exactly. So Jalen Hurts, when they asked him about Donald Trump, he was basically like, "Oh, I don't care." He didn't care. But if you pay attention, when Jesse Owens won those gold medals, after each time he won a gold medal, Hitler was supposed to shake his hand. And Hitler found a way to leave every single time, so he didn't have to shake Jesse Owens' hand. Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl, and I'm not saying that he wanted to shake Trump's hand, but Trump got disappointed with the Kansas City Chiefs and the black quarterback of the black city, and he was like, "I'm out of here. I'm gone." So you didn't even have the opportunity to shake Jalen Hurts' hand, even if you wanted to, because you chose to leave at halftime because you was disappointed with your white, not even white, but your Trump supporting cast of celebrities. You get what I'm saying? So I want to call attention to that, because a lot of people ain't paying attention to that. That was a Jesse Owens Hitler moment, because we have Donald Trump, who wants to be a dictator. We have the underdog quarterback that nobody thought was going to be good enough to beat Mahomes, and it came to a head. And Donald Trump decided to say, like, "Come on, man, you left the Super Bowl at halftime. It wasn't the champion, like AFC championship or the wild card game. You left the Super Bowl
at halftime. Damn near a holiday.
Something that cost the taxpayers $17.5 million just to have him at the Super Bowl. You couldn't even stay the whole game. We paid $17.5 million in security and all that stuff just to have him there. You couldn't stay the whole game.
That was a Jesse Owens moment. And people need to wake up and pay attention to how history is repeating itself. Because we got this fake ass wannabe Hitler, and then you got your up and coming football player Jesse Owens. So that's what I want to call attention to. That's what I wanted to get it off my chest, and I want people to start paying attention and waking up and seeing what is going on in this country. And with that being said, that brings us to the end of our show. All right, go ahead, Coach. You got something?
Real quick. And I saw you doing this on Twitter, on Facebook. Don't argue with Eric Tolbert, man. Don't argue with dude. He's a troll, Coach.
Hey, man, I figured it out with him, but that's kind of like arguing with my son right here, because he be on that same shit too that Eric be on. I ain't gonna argue with Tolbert on that one, man. I hope you watch it too. But
did y'all think it was more the KC losing, or do you think it was the halftime performance?
What you mean?
With Trump leaving?
Ew, I think it might have been both.
I think it was both.
Because if KC was, he would have stuck around.
Yeah, I think he was mad that KC was getting their ass whooped, and then Kendrick came out with that message, and then he was like, "I don't want to stand for this." I think he probably left before Kendrick, because nobody has said that he watched the Kendrick show. So I think he left before that.
I think they did. So I think he did watch it.
He did.
I think, because I saw something about how he basically kind of just taunting this man in front, like right in front of his face.
Oh,
I mean, I could be wrong, but I believe he was there for the performance, and then probably left after that. On top of KC getting belt to ass by half, so just an L and an L for that man. So
most definitely. But all right, y'all, we at the end of our show. We already went over about 4 minutes. But as usual, it's always a pleasure to have my son on here. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, y'all, for having me.
Of course. And then I got my man Coach Shot as usual. You know, it's always a pleasure. So that is it for us at Let's Get to the Facts podcast, y'all. We'll see y'all back next Monday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Be safe.
Yep.
All right, coach.
Yes, sir.